Da-da-da-da. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. What is up? It's a little early than normal than what I usually would stream. I usually like to stream in the afternoon, but I got my breakfast. I only woke up like an hour ago, but I was trying to circle through like all the news stuff that's happening today, you know, like especially with like the NBC stuff, just to see like if they're doing anything different, and they're not really doing anything different. They're just talking out of their butts, really. And I can't find like the full live for everything. So I don't know if they like this morning, if you guys have watched it, let me know, but I don't know if they did anything like, you know, they clip a section and then they talk about something else and then they talk about it again and then they switch again. You know, I don't know if they did all that stuff or if it was just like completely an hour or two of content like straight there. So more than likely they probably didn't do that, because who watches the news like that anymore? Like, do you guys watch the news? I don't watch the news. I don't even watch really live TV anymore. Live TV is just it's just gone, you know, especially news channels and everything like that. It's just like, it's boring. And so I'm surprised if they got any views. It was probably just from older people that don't know, are just so used to watching the news all the time that it's just something they do now, you know. It's like breathing to them. They just watch NBC and then they see what's happening. So yeah, but I did scroll through Twitter and YouTube. I haven't gone through Facebook yet. I wanted to check Facebook real quick too, but really all they're posting is clips mostly, and most of the clips are just dumb, and it's all the stuff that we've seen before. So I'm not gonna like go through the NBC stuff because just it's dumb, you know. But there is something that did come out today, which I'm looking forward to, the last one that they're going to open. But they did an entrance ceremony for Dark Universe, which looks awesome. And I'm not sure what they're going to do for Harry Potter, because they don't really have anything as far as like characters and stuff. Like, what are they going to do for the entrance? I feel like it's going to be dumb. So I don't know what they're going to do. But I did see this. They got a lot of they got a Maleficent photo op. That's interesting. They have a lot of the villain stuff that's coming out next week. They're doing a pre-show and they have some clips of that too. So definitely see, there's a little entrance thing. We'll get to that. We'll get to that real quick. I just want to see. Ooh, look at them Jaws shoes. Those are dope. So yeah, there's just a couple things we're gonna go over, and then later tonight we're gonna be streaming from the park later tonight. Yeah, all this is the same stuff. Okay. Okay. Where's my likes at? Hey, what's up, Mark? Guess what?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. What's up, man? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure like more stuff is gonna come out later today, I would assume. If they do the portal thing. That's just cringe. Okay. So where is it? Did I not like it? Oh, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Okay. All right, let's go over this first. Just because I need to, because just for my sanity, right? So, you know, they're at Celestial Park here. I'm not getting copyrighted for this. Just to let you guys know. This looks cringe, but this is something this is something that I would probably, this is how I look when I dance, and I don't dance, but my face wouldn't be happy. I'd be like weirded out. So this is just cringe as hell. I'm sorry. I don't know why this people, but we have the first look of Disney villains. So we're gonna watch this real quick. I wonder, actually, let me see if it's on YouTube. This is a behind the scenes 5 days ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago. Okay, so they don't really have anything. Okay, so that's fine. What is that? What are they doing? Right here. Okay, so we're gonna watch this real quick. Hey, Steven, good morning. So Disney Villains comes out next week, guys. We have a little first look video on what's happening, and we know at least 3, which is Hook, Maleficent, and Cruella de Vil, are live characters. So I'm hoping that we have other people. So let's go ahead and please don't copyright my stuff. Please don't copyright my stuff. Let's see. Let's see. If not, we'll have to mute this out, but let's see.
You know how it goes. Magic mirror on the wall. Your turn. Who's the fairest one of all?
Okay. Looks kind of cool.
Mirror on the wall, who's most misunderstood of all?
Okay. So it looks like they're stuck in the mirror. Some of the characters are stuck in the mirror, which I guess you only have 3 characters. You know what I mean? Hey, Maddie, welcome in. It looks all right. I mean, it's a show, so it's like what I don't like is that there's only 3 main characters, and everyone else is in a screen, you know? So I you know, we'll see. Like, I don't like this. Like, only these 2 are there. Like, granted, you can't have all the characters. I get you can't have all the villains, right? It's impossible. But there's Dr. Facilier. But I mean, it's really it's only about these characters. It's only about Cruella and Hook. Where's Hook at? You know? So, I mean, it looks all right. You know, it looks cool. I mean, it's just it's a show. Like, how much can you do with just 3 characters and them fighting over who's going to win, right? It might be just like a cute little show, but it's definitely no Untrainable Dragon. I'd know that. But again, yeah, wait till you see it in person. We don't know. We'll go next week. We'll check it out. And it sounds like there's going to be music that may or may not be copywritten. So we'll see how that goes, right, when we go next week. But I like the use of like the screen with kind of some practical effects. It doesn't seem like they use a lot of it, but again, it looks just okay. Just like another, what's probably the best, okay, hands down the best show at Disney is well, I don't want to say hands down because it is pretty, objectively speaking, I want to say the two best shows are going to be Festival of the Lion King and probably Indiana Jones. I'm trying to think, is there any other shows at Disney World in Orlando? I'm trying to think here, just to be sure, just so I can clear my conscience. An actual show with like live people and everything. I think those are probably the two best shows. Right? That's what I'm trying to think. So this is just, you know, a decent show to fill people in, so that way, you know, Beauty and the Beast is really good. I personally like it, right? But I'm trying to be objective, right? Because I really do like Indiana Jones. The problem is for me, I feel like I don't know, why do I hate Indiana Jones so much? I do like Indiana Jones. I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. Maybe it's just like how big it is and the way I have to sit, and if I can't see, maybe it's because I never get a good spot. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe, oh, you know what it might be? It might be because, yeah, the way that it's set up and it's positioned, the sun is just like beaming out of the background, so I can never get a good exposed shot. It's always like underexposed, you know? Hey, Steppen, what's up? The Mermaid Show 2, we did look at that last week. Yeah, we did look at that, didn't I? I gotta make sure that I put the video out for that. I gotta find that. But the Mermaid Show looks actually decent too, because it's gonna have practical people and it's gonna have people like in the background, like you can't see them, but they're handling the puppets and all that stuff. So that looks like probably a decent show. This looks all right. I mean, again, we won't know anything until I'll actually see it. Maybe there's some comedy thrown in or anything. You know what I mean? Like, so we don't know. Maybe it is kind of fun, right? But I mean, objectively, the two favorite shows are Indiana Jones and Festival of the Lion King. So you're not going to beat that. And you just need something to fill crowd in, so you get rid of, because they're taking down Muppets, so they need those shows open, so when they get rid of Muppets, they can filter people. So, you know, we'll be there next week. We'll check it out. Here's some images. I do like the colors of it. So that looks pretty cool. But yeah, you know, we won't know, and I just wish they had more characters. They just, you know, they show you them in the background, but you know, you're just dealing with the main three characters, which I don't like. I wish they had more characters. But I guess, you know, you have to, I mean, Beauty and the Beast has a lot of people too, so it's like you could hire people to do those, but you know, it is what it is. We'll be there next week. We'll check it out. Here's also whatever they're doing here. What are you?
I'm an original, not a criminal.
I've got battles of fun for everyone.
My curse produced true love.
I don't like these like TikTok-y things. It just they're just weird to me. Oh, this is another one. Oh no, we watched that. I was about to say, did I miss something? No, we didn't. So we'll be there next week. We'll check it out. We'll see how it goes. So there's that. And then this we gotta watch. All right, check this out. Check this out, guys. Check this out. Check this out. Jody Benson gave us a story. Yeah, we watched that last week, I think. So I'll have to see about just posting that or whatever. But all right. Chill out, guys. Chill out. Settle down. Settle down. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens here.
Welcome back, explorers. Another day of adventure and discovery awaits. I look forward to hearing the stories of your journeys thus far in this world and the worlds beyond the portals. You, explorers, follow in the footsteps of some of our most famous Celestians, like Vincent Various, who was born with an insatiable wanderlust and a deep curiosity for the inner workings of the worlds around him. He would say, the only way to discover new things is to stay curious. Or Maya of the skies, an intelligent...
No one knows those Celestials. Just get to the Dark Universe stuff. Let's go, guys.
The entire universe becomes our playground. Within this universe, though, there are also dark worlds. Worlds that require you to be brave and to face your own fears. Now it is time to enter a portal to another world. The village of Darkmoor awaits, and the monsters within it grow restless in anticipation. With sun and stars, the moon and time, the chrono spins and worlds align. For if you seek with curious heart, your compass true and stars to chart. Beyond this gate find catacombs deep, full of monsters and the secrets they keep.
Oh. I need to watch the original Invisible Man.
Good. The doctor will be here in just a moment. And you three, don't touch anything or anyone. Yay!
Friends, welcome. There are so many, Igor. Excellent work. I am Dr. Victoria Frankenstein. Today, you chosen few will witness my greatest discovery yet. And together, we will finish what my great-great-grandfather started. Did you know? They called Henry a monster. They were afraid of what he had done. But you will see there is nothing to fear.
The colors are weird.
Now, these people are friends. Yes, friends! See? There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing. Better than the original.
Oh.
They all are. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters that prowl the darkness. Now, only one remains. I invite you all to the manor to bear witness to my ultimate challenge, the last piece. With your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Our greatest victory is moments away. Bring these people to the catacombs, Igor. I must prepare.
Yes, doctor. Go on, get out of here. Come on, what are you waiting for? Follow me. You delightful freaks. Come on, Flat Top, keep moving.
Okay, that was cool. I like that. I like these entrances. These are so cool. But you're never gonna see these again. That's the problem. Is like I don't think we're ever gonna see these ever again. But it's cool that we're getting them now, you know? Did he post any? That was 4 hours ago. Is the other one up yet? No, he didn't. The other one's not up yet. I don't know. What are they going to do for Ministry of Magic? I feel like that's just going to be just so dumb. They don't have any like big characters. Hyrax, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know if they'll do anything for the I don't know if they'll do anything for like Celestial Park, really. Which is weird. But Ministry of Magic, I really feel like I don't know if they just don't what's the characters? It's just gonna be like random Joes. It's gonna be the people from Arcanus and like the police that there's usually like a someone from the ministry that's walking around. So like what are they gonna do for that? I feel like that's just it's gonna be like kind of bland, you know? So I don't know. This is an hour-long video. There's no way I'm watching that. We already got doxxed for this, or, you know, booted for that, so we're not going to watch that again. So, yeah, I don't know. You doubt it's a media preview? Yeah, maybe the students from the school. Oh, there are some students, isn't there? That's right. I've never seen them. That's the thing. I've never really... I still have to watch this trailer, but I can't watch it. Otherwise, I'll probably get demonetized, or my channel will get just cut off for no reason. So I'm not doing that. Should we watch that? I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to watch or do. Let me just make sure there's anything else. This is interesting. So SAG-AFTRA, I don't know how to pronounce that garbage. So SAG is suing Epic Games, or they're trying to say that they weren't allowed to use AI for Vader because of the SAG, that they should have used regular people. Hey, Smiling, welcome in. That they should have used voice actors. But they're dumb. They're stupid because James Earl Jones sold his voice to Disney so they could do this. So it's dumb. That's basically the gist of it. But let's read it and give it, you know, let's see what it's actually saying. But yeah, so let's see what this is a quick story. So AI Darth Vader in Fortnite has created some hysterical moments for players, but SAG-AFTRA is not amused. Darth Vader has entered Fortnite. This time he talks, or rather AI generated version. In new in-game companion, NPCs powered up to artificial intelligence and AI Vaders among the latest additions, which is pretty cool, I must say. However, fans quickly noticed something strange. Vader wasn't just spouting pre-written lines, he was responding to them. AI version of the Sith Lord was eerie convincing, answering questions in a deep, commanding tone, made famous by James Earl Jones. He even had a sense of humor. When asked which Star Wars trilogy is best, he replied, the original trilogy demonstrated Empire's might, the prequels elucidated its fall, and as for the sequels, they don't exist, which amuses me. Right. The reason he said that is because he was dead after that. So obviously he doesn't know about the sequels. So naturally this blew up online just because it's funny, but because it definitely wasn't the kind of thing Disney would approve of. James Earl Jones, before he died, already agreed to license his voice for AI recreation. Back in 2022, he signed off to use his archival recordings so they could be digitally recreated by a Ukrainian startup company for future projects. The technology was used in Obi-Wan Kenobi, with Lucasfilms directly involved and approval. It's unclear whether Fortnite's AI uses the same tech. Regardless, Fortnite isn't a Lucasfilm product. It's game developed by Epic Games, and implemented AI Vader was reportedly handled by their subsidiary, Llama Productions. This move landed them in hot water. On May 19th, that was 2 days ago, they filed an unofficial unfair label practice charge against Llama Productions, claiming the AI Darth Vader violated their union agreement. The union alleges that Epic replaced union voice talent with synthetic speech without consultation, a decision that sidesteps negotiated protections. Which again is stupid. He sold his rights. A spokesperson for the union emphasized that they're not against AI tech, but they are against exploitation and the erosion of performers' rights. The complaint is part of a broader fight over how AI is used in entertainment, one that's grown more intense since the 2023 actor strike. These people are just... It's just dumb. I understand you want to protect, but this part is dumb. Hey, Julie, welcome in. Appreciate you coming through. Thank you so much for hanging out. Spaceship Earth, I see you in here. Thank you. We're talking about Epic being sued. Well, not Epic. Llama's been sued by SAG. So in the meantime, the AI system in Fortnite has already sparked other concerns. Players quickly discovered ways to manipulate Darth Vader's response, tricking the system into saying profanity, lewd comments, and racial slurs. Epic has issued hot fixes and says there are guardrails, but clearly they aren't holding. AI companions are supposed to enhance immersion, but when most of the iconic villains in cinema start cracking jokes about non-canon trilogies or parroting inappropriate language in a game that children play, immersion isn't the word that comes to mind. Makes sense. For fans, the novelty of talking to AI Darth Vader is entertaining. For actors and voice professionals, it's concerning. The use of synthetic voice. Maybe we should play Fortnite. Synthetic voice is a major franchise, even side projects like Fortnite sigils shift that could reshape the industry. If an AI Vader can sound this real, what happens to the actors behind the voices? How long before the tech? That's actually what's funny is normally that park place is more, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I gotta download Epic Games now. I want to install Fortnite. Normally that park place leans a little bit more towards crapping on things when they're, when they see fit, but this actually doesn't, which is kind of weird. I would think that they would crap on SAG-AFTRA a little bit because it feels like they have no leg to stand on. They had a portal at Philly. Oh, that's cool. Did you get a chance to go over there? Did you get a chance to go over there? I need to download the launcher because I haven't. It's been a while. They usually crap on them, but I mean they're obviously dumb because he signed his voice rights. So, but the thing is, they're not suing Disney or anything else. They're suing the subsidiary Llama. So I guess that's where they're like getting around. They're getting around this whole like licensing agreement. Let me see. Do they have anything on the Let me see if there's anything else. All right, this is quick. We can read this real quick later. I'm not subbing to you, dummy. Hollywood Actors Union filed an unfair label practice charge on Llama Studios. I'm alleging the company replaced actors by using artificial intelligence to generate Screen Actors Guild, American Federal subsidiary of Giant. Llama said subsidiary of the Epic Games failed and refused to bargain in good faith with the union. In the last 6 months, the company made unilateral changes in terms and conditions without providing notice of the union or the opportunity to bargain. Using AI generated voices replaced the bargain. So they're not suing Epic or anything like that. Oh, you were at a convention, you didn't have a chance. Oh, that stinks. So that's the way they're kind of getting around this. So that's why they're probably able to sue, and they might actually win. I don't know the details of Llama Productions, but who knows? Because maybe they do have something, but This is an AI Darth Vader. Like, we already have their voice, his voice and everything to use. So there is kind of like a, it's muddy, it's murky, right? It's murky. It's a little murky. But I gotta install this real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Hold on. I want to make sure that I'm not installing this on my main. No, I don't want to install this on. Let me just do this. I don't want to install this on my local. Games launcher, I'm launching it there. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay, there we go. I try not to install things on my local drive. You mean Anthony Daniels? Yeah, C3PO, and he wasn't very nice? Really? I need to know more. He wasn't very nice. He does seem a little pompous, bougie. I don't know what the right word is, but he does seem like that. Tony, welcome in, man. There was something. There was something I had of you, Tony. Like, I might have posted something or whatever. I forget what it was, but I definitely was like, oh, okay. It reminded me of you, and I was posting something, and please don't. Let's not do this right now. I tried too many times. Come on now. I only tried once. I hate when this happens. It just irritates the crap out of me. I'll sign in later. We'll figure that out. Yeah, no, I forget what it was. What was it? I'm trying to think what it was. Did I post something on here? No, it wasn't on here. I can't remember what it was, but I remember posting something or just looking at something. Technology can really stink. Yeah, it's just being dumb right now, so that's fine. But yeah, we've only been live for a half an hour, so let me see if there's anything here. This is just pictures. All right, so we don't need to worry about that. We already talked about that. I don't know who this guy is, but let's read it real quick. Disney distribution president Justin Colony exits before major negotiations. What kind of negotiations? Oh, the ESPN negotiations. I'm sure there's not a reason. You got his autograph? Yeah, it's like, yeah, dude, just put the fries in the bag, right? Just put the fries in the bag. Connolly joined Disney over 20 years ago as director of ESPN strategy and operations. Oh, okay, so he's part of that. He held several positions over the years. Recently, president of Disney Platform Distribution, a role he held for about 5 years. He oversaw third-party media sales, efforts, distribution, market affiliation, business operations, direct-to-consumer, and linear. According to Deadline, he left Disney on Friday, even though he had re-upped his contract earlier that year. Puck's first broke the news, sharing that Connolly is rumored to be joining YouTube TV. Disney declined Deadline's request for comment and did not immediately respond. Okay, no one cares about all that stuff. So he might be going to YouTube TV, which, okay, kind of makes sense. Yeah, it'll only go up in value. Yeah, that is true, even though he is probably, a dingleberry. You know what's funny? Because I can sign in here just fine. Oh, wait, no. I haven't signed in a while, actually. Now I'm annoyed. No thanks. All right, reset my password for the millionth time. I'm just tired of resetting my password. I'm always resetting my password. It's annoying. Because I can never remember it because it doesn't want to give me... It doesn't want to be like, oh, hey, well... You can't reuse that password. It's like, dude. How many times? You know what's funny? I think this was my password. Yeah, that was my password. Let's go. We're going to check out... Update. Yes, update. Do. Stay signed in. Yes, thank you. Code. Give me the code. We're gonna check out this AI stuff on Fortnite to see if they patched anything. Got too many text messages here. Let's see, any free games. We got Dead Island 2 is free, so we're gonna get that. Place order. It's so much fun. A lot of merch, anime, no way. Hopefully, lots of Marvel stuff, comics. Sometimes it's a lot. It's a foreign language to me. Tech can be a pain in the butt, man. I tell you what. All right, so let's see if now I can sign in. Okay, we close the window. Boom. I just got to see if I don't think I have Fortnite installed. I think I uninstalled it. Another message. Oh, come on. 03. But I think in the meantime, while we're waiting for this to download, we can watch something. Let's see, where is the Fortnite? It's not installed. We're going to install it. Create shortcut. Download side, okay. I agree. I haven't played in so long. What is this? Link accounts. What am I linking? I have stuff linked. Oh, they want me to link my Disney account. Why is it not saving? Okay, we'll do this. Well, I'll do it. Okay. Yeah, I know. What's my password? There it goes. Text a code. More text and codes. Hopefully you don't stay longer this year, spaceship, if I'm going. Link account. Success. Okay, my Disney account's linked now. I think I don't need anything else linked. So that's fine. Okay, so that can be closed. We can close this. Fortnite's installing. We'll leave that behind. Okay, let's watch. Let's see here. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. The future of Epic Universe. Okay? We're going to deep dive into this. Let's make sure everything's good. We got 1080p going. All right, guys. Let's see what Epic Universe has to offer us in the future. And I think I do want to do a video on what lands or portals that we could, that I would like to see in Universal, or maybe just in any park in general, but let's go ahead and check it out.
Epic Universe hasn't even officially opened yet, so what better time to start discussing what's next? Yes, I know the timing of this video's release may seem a bit strange, but it's been a while since I've last recapped all the rumors surrounding the future of this park.
Dang, 2 years ago?
There's been a lot of speculation on what's coming next, especially with new details found within the park itself. So, with all that said, let's take a look at what might be coming in the next few years to Universal Epic Universe. First, let's break down every expansion plot in the park. Universal has saved a lot of room for future attractions.
Yeah, let's see. So, there's obviously, we already know about these two areas. There's this big area back here in between Ministry of Magic and Stardust. And just what's crazy, if you look at this, look at Ministry of Magic, and then this is the entrance, and then you come around and here's the front part, and then it's just this little walkway, right? It looks like it's big, but when you see it from this size, it doesn't look big at all. And then this is the whole Ministry ride. That's what's so crazy. All this is the queue. Half of this is the dang queue. And then this last half is the ride itself. That's what's so crazy. So we have this big space here, which could totally be an expansion to something, but I'm not sure how or why, because you have a building right here. So what is this building? This is probably for cast members or something. And then right here is where like it stops. So it's like, what's going to be interesting is how you are going to make portals, because the way that these portals are working now, they're kind of like in an opened area, they're kind of like in an area we can get to. Whereas like if you put a portal back here, it's like, oh, this portal's like in the cut. You know what I mean? The show buildings are sure like, they are pretty large. It's just crazy to see from this perspective. It's just crazy to see like, oh, the land itself is nothing. Like, look how small this land looks. It just looks insanely small. But look at Isle of Burke. And Isle of Burke is, I mean, granted, it is a different, what's the word I'm looking for? So this is more open area, because just the way it's supposed to be an island, whereas this, it's just like a couple of streets and there's just buildings. So it looks like it's a lot of area when it's not. And that's why Isle of Burke is so big, is because it's more about the openness and water and everything. Whereas like France, it's just like deep, it's like small streets. So that's why this is the biggest land. And that's why this is like the most, I feel is the most fleshed out. But we have this land here, and then we have land back here. which technically you could probably put a portal right here, which is probably a great spot. But what I think they should do is they should put another entrance for like Zelda or something in that corner, or Pokemon or something to that effect, and connect it to Super Nintendo World as opposed to making it its own portal. I feel like it should be connected and they can use all this space for what they need to use it for. Probably the same thing with Ministry, or expand Celestial Park and put something else back here. But
at Epic Universe, with 2 large plots on either side of Celestial Park and some smaller plots that could be used to expand certain lands.
Right.
Epic Universe has one of these plots tucked in the back here, while the Ministry has a pretty huge one that could connect to this section of the land. The Isle of Berk may have one of these smaller plots as well, although it might just be a dedicated launch site for the land's dragon drones. The last of these smaller plots we'll be discussing is the one connected to Celestial Park. Some have speculated that this could be for Super Nintendo World, and while that's possible, I think the larger plot between it and Dark Universe is far more likely. Maybe there's a place where this smaller plot could connect to the existing land, but it's not nearly as elegant a solution as the one on the other side. It's possible that both could end up being used for Nintendo, but personally, I think they'll save this plot for something in Celestial Park instead. Speaking of that Nintendo plot, this space here between Dark Universe and Super Nintendo World is one of the larger expansion pads in the park.
Okay, so this is the largest, and as you can see, this is Burning Tavern, the Burning Blade Tavern right here. So they could totally expand, and this is like a walkway, and this is walkway. So they could just open this up and have more expansion for this outer area here somewhere. You know what I mean? So they could expand part of that. But what I think they should do is, because Donkey Kong Country is right here, the entrance is right here, they should make another entrance here and have that be like Zelda or Pokemon or something like that.
It's not quite the largest though, with this space here between Harry Potter and Stardust Racers being the biggest by far. This is where we could see an entirely new land, if not multiple, but we'll get deeper into that later in the video. For now, let's discuss what should technically be the first expansion to the park. This pair of restaurants here has yet to open to the public, and despite the exterior being nearly complete, it's unlikely that it'll be ready in time for grand opening. Theme Park Stop has reported that these 2 locations could be a Mexican and Italian restaurant, which seems to be backed up by concept art put out by Universal. Plans could change between now and then, but currently this seems to be the best guess. However, the real meat and potatoes when discussing Epic Universe rumors are the rides. In order to give this video some sort of structure, I'll be breaking...
Sir, that hair right there, that's... oof. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids when they got on the bee and they were flying around on the bee. And it's all like, ugh.
Down all the most prominent rumors from least...
He's got a bet. He needs a shave, man. Oh my god, that's... how they made this creature it's weird.
To most likely. Of course, there's no
that hair
measurement for that, but I guess we'll just say it's my opinion. Now, one quick idea I want to shout out is for a Captain Cacao dark ride. If you're unaware, Captain Cacao is one of Epic Universe's original characters, made specifically for Moonship chocolates and Celestial sweets. This dark ride idea has been spread all over Twitter as a potential use for this expansion plot here.
I don't like Captain Cacao. I don't. I'm sorry.
And while I love the concept, I wouldn't call it anything more than that. If Captain Cacao proves to be a massive hit with general audiences,
it's not.
It has been with theme park fans, I could see Universal considering something down the line. As it stands though, I doubt this plot will be used for an attraction. If construction starts over here sooner rather than later, I'd suspect it will either be a store, stage, or some sort of backstage area. However, if the plot lays dormant for a while, maybe this idea could come true. Another idea that I'm not so sure about is an expansion to the Isle of Berk. As I mentioned earlier, it's uncertain that this plot could even be used considering the space dedicated to drone launches.
I don't think they're expanding Isle of Berk. And the reason I say that is because Isle of Berk is so big by itself that you don't need to expand Isle of Berk. It's already massive.
Regardless, even if it could be used, I feel like Universal has bigger fish to fry in other areas of the park.
Yeah.
Berk has an incredible amount of rides, meet and greets, and additional experiences.
It's already fleshed out.
In comparison, I feel as though some of the lands may struggle a bit with capacity.
Yes.
Once the other lands get some love, I could see Berk getting something new in the form of a dark ride or simulator. In my opinion, a ride like that is what this land is missing, so it would be great to see in the near or far future.
Ooh, that would be cool to have, like, yeah, Isle of Berk is the most complete. That, and I've been saying that for a while. It's the biggest, it's the most fleshed out. And I think they knew that. I think they knew they wanted something big for Isle of Berk. Wizarding World needs an expansion. They definitely do, because I hate that portal. I really do. I do not like that portal at all. All it is just an overgrown wand waving extravaganza for people. That's literally all it is. And for people to buy, merch and, every flavor beans and chocolate frogs, that's really all it is. That definitely needs an expansion, and putting it in Fantastic Beasts era in the 20s. Unfortunately, that's the only thing you could have done, I guess. But what I think they should have done is they should have made the whole thing probably the Ministry of Magic or something. Like, they should have kept it in that time frame and had something. Oh, and they definitely need to fix Isle of Adventure too. That is true. Isle of Adventure and Universal are going to be the two new things that they'll probably fix now, because they're getting rid of Rip Ride Rocket. Or is that what it's called? Rip Ride Rocket or Rip It Rock? I don't know what it's called. Rip Rock Rocket, whatever so they're getting rid of that. So they're losing a ride. So they need something to replace it with. Unfortunately, because that ride, where it sits and where it covers, it actually doesn't take up space. If you think about it, it really doesn't. It goes over all, Jimmy Fallon and, the stage that you have. So it's like, I think it was last minute chance after Fantastic Beasts were met with. Yeah, they're trying to go for that Fantastic Beasts because that's the newest stuff that came out, but really, I feel like, what's funny that I think about too is that the Ministry of Magic, like, where is it located? They don't really tell you where it's located, but you're always teleporting to it. You always get to there. So where is it actually located? You know what I mean? Oh, and they got rid of Fast and Furious too. That is a good point. They got rid of Fast and Furious also. So they need rides there. So I think Universal is going to be the next one.
Next up, let's talk about that big plot of land between Stardust and Ministry. Right now, there are two possibilities for this land with varying levels of likelihood. The first is for land based on Lord of the Rings, which has been long rumored at Universal for years now.
That would be so awesome.
There's a complicated split ownership between several different corporations,
but
Universal is not included in that equation. Regardless, as we already know, Universal is no stranger to getting the licensing for certain IP, so I don't think its complicated ownership hinders the possibility of this land. Even so, rumors have slowed down recently regarding this land's inclusion in the Orlando parks.
Because they have a UK park coming out. So, exactly. So they might get that over there.
In the past few years, things have gone pretty silent, with the exception of another overseas park. Universal Studios Great Britain was announced just a few weeks ago, revealing this exciting piece of concept art that hints at some potential IP. As I stated in my analysis of this art, it doesn't seem like Lord of the Rings is included on this map.
Not yet, but look at all this land over here. You could totally put Mordor over there.
Plans can change from reveal to release, but right now we have nothing official from Universal. There has been some misinformation on that front, so allow me to clarify what we know so far. Firstly, this trademark here has been making the rounds as potential proof for Lord of the Rings at this UK theme park. However, Alexander M. Bush on Blue Sky pointed out that this was filed all the way back in 2022 by a company called Middle-earth Enterprises, with seemingly no connection to the Universal company. Secondly, while this BBC article specifically states that we could see Lord of the Rings at this new park, the source that they cite on that information is a supposed insider. I'm not trying to claim that their sources are wrong, but I do want to clarify that this is not information from Universal themselves. As of right now, this is still just a rumor and should be treated as such. With all that cleared up, allow me to posit a theory. Allegedly, the idea with Universal Studios Great Britain is that it shouldn't overlap with the Universal parks in Orlando. Universal knows that many UK guests fly over to the Orlando theme parks, which is why they want to focus on exclusive experiences not found at those parks. Based on the concept art, that idea holds true, with the only ride in common between the two resorts being Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. If that trend continues, I think Lord of the Rings will either come to Orlando or the UK. If Lord of the Rings is confirmed,
It's probably going to be
Britain,
UK.
I doubt we'll see it here. If not, maybe it could come to Epic
Look at
Universe
him!
after all. I could be totally off base here, but based on what we know so far, it seems like a solid theory. And if we want to take a second and assume my theory is right, I personally think that the UK is a little more likely. That park needs a major draw to differentiate it from the US.
And Lord of the Rings is
a big
perfect
enough
fit.
franchise to become that draw. I'm not saying it will happen by any means, but out of the two parks, that would be my personal guess.
That's more likely.
The other big franchise rumored for this plot of land is a little more recent. Wicked is a franchise we know for sure will be coming to the parks very soon. Mark Woodbury hinted at the idea during a New York Times interview, and
What would you do for a ride for Wicked? It would be like a broomstick ride, wouldn't it? Because how would you do that? Because the broomstick is pretty tiny, and you need to make sure that people can stay on the broomstick. So it would be some kind of broomstick, and that you would be strapped into in some fashion. You know, that would be kind of cool, and it'd be like I don't want to do a 3D screen, but it would be kind of like screenish or something. You know,
based on the
interactive
success of the film, it makes a lot of sense. My one qualm with this idea, at least for this plot of land, would be how quickly they'd need to get started on it. Wicked for Good releases on November 21st, and realistically, no theme park attraction could be ready by that time, at this plot of land or otherwise. That's not to say that a Wicked ride would need to be done by that time, but it does feel like a project that should be started on near the peak of its popularity. That being said, I do think this franchise may wane in popularity after the second film, since it doesn't seem like there are many other films they could make based on this story. The other properties at Epic Universe have had time to justify their popularity and their long-term inclusion at a theme park. For a big plot of land like this, I think Universal may want to wait and see what comes their way. Like, imagine
flying coaster,
Universal launched a massive new franchise that seemed perfect for the parks. Sure, they could replace something at Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure, but a totally blank canvas at their newest theme park seems like the perfect place to build. As for Wicked, I just think they'd need to act sooner. Universal Studios Florida is great at turning around attractions and getting things open in a few years' time, so for me, that seems like the perfect park for it. Not to mention, it would give that park a breath of fresh air that it desperately needs.
Universal does need an upgrade, I would say. I'll say an upgrade. It's just I feel like it's become stagnant, right? And it's been a while. Like they're getting rid of stuff now. They're getting rid of 2 rides. They got rid of Fast and Furious. They're getting rid of Rip Ride Rocket. They have Jimmy Fallon. You know what I mean? Like they have the Minions area in the front, which is cool. And I know Universal Studios is supposed to be like a movie set type park. So you kind of don't want to like put lands there completely, right? I would just like to see new things at Universal, right? So we need to get rid of Fast and Furious. That needs to be turned into something else. It needs to be a different setup or ride or something. I don't like that ride. It's too similar to Kong, and 2, it's not. It's worse than Kong. Kong is all right. Kong is kind of cool, right? Whereas Fast and Furious is just it was just like I don't know what it was. It's just not. I don't like it. I personally don't like it. So it needs something. We need something else there. But yeah, Universal Studios needs love, and then Islands of Adventure the Atlantis area, that needs to be redone in some way. The problem with that is that Atlantis area connects Harry Potter, connects Jurassic Park, and if you block that whole section off, you have to completely walk around the whole other side to get to the other section of the park. So that's kind of like it causes an issue to where what can you do with that section of the park without causing issues for guests to get to that area, right? And then not to mention you do have, Dr. Seuss there too. So you have like a Dr. Seuss section off to the right, and then you have to leave and go all the way to the left to walk around all the way to get to Harry Potter. It's just the way they made it to rebuild that is just it's a bad fit, So it I don't know what they'll do. I would assume they would make a small like walkway or something, like keep a small walkway and then rebuild wall, like there'll be just 2 walls that you have to walk through or something. I don't know, but there's a lot of people that walk through there because they want to get to Harry Potter, so that's kind of an issue.
And can wait a few more years before a massive new expansion. Maybe I'm wrong, but this plot feels like it's for a longer term project. Now, let's start getting to the rides that I could see coming pretty soon.
It's your boy.
The first of these projects is something that I had feared was dead, but luckily it seems to have some in-park evidence that may hint at its existence. That said, be prepared for some light spoilers inside the ride queue for Monsters Unchained and Mario Kart. I won't be showing any on-ride footage for either of these attractions, but this is your warning that you may see a bit of the line.
They need microphones or something. They can't project their voice out loud enough because there's all the background music and everything.
Off with Monsters Unchained, there's a room in this queue that features a pile of newspapers with 2 different articles. The first essentially explains the plot of Monsters Unchained, where Victoria has been rounding up the Universal monsters inside the catacombs of Frankenstein Manor. The second, and far more interesting story, regards an attraction that doesn't currently exist. This article details an event that took place in the marshlands outside of Darkmoor, specifically referring to a gill man that may have abducted one of the residents. This,
Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Referencing the creature from the Black Lagoon, who guests can already find in the catacombs of Monsters Unchained. However, the addition of this article alongside the existing Monsters Unchained article is extremely interesting. It would have made perfect sense to have an article about Curse of the Werewolf, focusing on Maleva and the werewolves outside of Darkmoor. Instead, they decided to isolate Gillman and have an entire article dedicated to him. Especially considering some of the earliest rumors about this park, it's a very interesting and suspicious inclusion. In case you didn't know, a few years ago, Theme Park Stop reported on a rumor that suggested a Gillman boat ride may eventually make its way to epcot.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
As
a Gillman boat
in
ride?
This video, Dark Universe does have a plot available, and the land itself is the smallest of the 5 in the park. So, with this new in-park hint, could we be getting this boat ride after all? The answer to that question is a resounding maybe. I do think a Darkmoor expansion is on the table in the next few years,
we need an
but
expansion.
It may depend on how general audiences respond to the park in the long term. Sure, right now Dark Universe is popular with the theme park fans, but in the next few years, will it still hold up? I think it will, and I think Universal thinks so too.
I think it'll hold up to an extent, but I think the Wolfman Curse of the Werewolf ride is too short, and I think they need something else. And then also Burning Blade Tavern is very, very small. They need another ride and more like another place to eat or something, because that's just so. Creature from the Black Lagoon walk around character would be great. It'd be even actually cooler, like if they had like a Black Lagoon area that kind of like looks big, but it's actually not, it kind of gives you that deception. And you have an actor like coming out of the water and just like, he comes out of the water and he walks around for a bit and he just goes back in. That'd be kind of dope.
Even so, it's
actually, having said that, that water area could be part of the water for the boat ride. So you technically didn't have to, you wouldn't have to like create a separate land of water for this character to walk around. Like you would just make a big water area and then cut it off so people can't, people don't get in the water. And then it connects to the ride in a way to where the creature can come from inside the ride and come out the ride. So he can do his little character walk around and go back in. So that way it doesn't look like he's, like he's walking away into the back area, like he disappears into the water. That would be kind of cool.
Best to play it safe and see what happens instead of hedging their bets on what might be the riskiest land at Epic Universe. I do think an expansion is on the table in the future, but right now
this is the riskiest land.
Wait and focus on the heavy hitters instead. One of those heavy hitters is Harry Potter, and like Dark Universe, this is a land that really needs another attraction. There was supposed to be a second ride in this plot of land here, but seemingly that ride was scrapped before construction began.
Really?
Now, there's this.
How do we know that? Do we know that there was supposed to be another ride there? Because that would make sense that there should be another ride here.
Huge blank canvas that could be used for another ride or something else entirely. What could that ride
That's what they
be?
need.
I honestly have no idea. Originally, according to Theme Park Stop, the second attraction built for this land would have been a VR broomstick ride, where guests would fly around the Wizarding World.
Hey, a VR broomstick ride. Look at me. I called it. Except for just a different IP.
This idea feels like a no-brainer, considering it's one of the core elements of the Harry Potter franchise. At the same time, I can understand why Universal would scrap this ride. The idea would have involved everyone getting their own broomstick, making loading times long and capacity very low. For the amount of space this ride would take...
Not really. If they did it similar to Avatar, Flight of Passage, if they take a page out of that, they could totally make this work. Everyone would get their own broomstick, and then you just make it in a way to where people can't fall off. And then you use a one big screen for everyone. And that's how you fill capacity, Because right now, Avatar, it can get 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes a little bit more, but that's, it works.
Take up, it might not be worth the risk, especially considering that a VR attraction may not be well regarded among general audiences. Perhaps they could find a way to make this ride work in a few years' time, but right now I doubt it's something we'll see come. Another rumored idea from Theme Park Stop was for a Great Hall dining experience, which would have taken up only part of the land in the expansion.
That would be cool, however, the Great Hall restaurant should be here because that's where Hogwarts is. You can't see. This is where you're starting to disbelieve my reality. Okay, this is supposed to be the 20s in France, and then somehow we go to the Ministry in present day. Okay, I'll let that one slide, but you can't put a Great Hall over there. That was stupid.
This would have been an interactive dining experience that takes guests into the halls of Hogwarts to feast with the students of the school. Considering we haven't seen or heard anything about this in the past few months, it's very possible that this was scrapped as well, but perhaps it's something that Universal will think about adding later down the line. So in that case, what else could there be? There are a few possibilities, but one that I find particularly exciting. Considering this plot of land is as big as the one for Battle at the Ministry, Universal could put in a whole new e-ticket dark ride if they really wanted to. This isn't something I think we would see in the next 5 to 10 years, but if it did happen, it could be a similar situation to Hogsmeade where a newer ride becomes the star of the land. I do think the more likely option is for a weaker second attraction, but the idea of a ride that's even better than Battle at the Ministry is extremely exciting. That said,
you
considering
couldn't.
the
I don't
lack
know.
of rumors right now, I do think we'll be waiting a bit for this expansion. Unlike some people have been speculating, I do believe this land will be saved for Harry Potter, rather than being combined with the larger plot of land below it. As tempting as it is to imagine a massive sixth world, if the rumors about Universal's Harry Potter deal are to be believed, they must keep building new attractions worldwide with the IP.
Yeah, I feel like this space would be better suited for another ride, an expansion to open up this area and have them walk through, and they could have at least one more ride. Whether it's big, it's probably not going to be big as the Ministry, but you have enough land there to do something with.
Maybe they take a few years off to expand another Harry Potter land at their other parks, but eventually I do think they'll return to Epic Universe with a big, exciting new idea.
Yeah, I personally, I think Universal's probably going to be next up. It's possible that they played it safe and didn't really blame them. Yeah, you don't really blame them. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine for what it is for right now. And like 5 years down the line, they're going to need to put something in these areas, right? But I think what's next on the docket is going to be Universal or Islands, probably Universal. I think Universal needs more love than anything else right now.
Now, let's talk about what is very likely to be the first expansion of this park. While the exact details are still uncertain, rumors and speculation have made it clear that more Nintendo will be coming to this park. Considering how big of a hit Super Nintendo World is sure to be, it makes sense to take full advantage of the brand by expanding it to this plot of land here. If that turns out to be true, the question now becomes which franchise they'll pick. In case you missed
Zelda
it,
or
I already did a
Pokemon?
video breaking down all the likely options and why they may or may not happen. To spare us some time though, let's discuss the top 3. Those 3 most likely properties are Pokemon, The Legend of Zelda, and Luigi's Mansion. When it comes to this
Luigi
plot of
with
land,
the
least
squeegee
likely option in my eyes is Pokemon. Pokemon seems like an inevitability at the Universal Parks at some point, but as an expansion to Super Nintendo World, it just seems a
Catch
little
that
too
Pokemon.
big. Rumors have currently pointed to this franchise replacing Springfield at Universal Studios, which makes a lot of sense to me. Even if it doesn't end up at that specific plot, I still doubt we'll see it here. If anything, maybe it could be at the larger plot on the other side of the park, but having
What?
multiple
No.
Nintendo IPs within the same park doesn't make much sense to me. That's why I've been on the Luigi's Mansion boat for quite some time. It's a similar situation to Donkey Kong Country in that it's closely tied to the Mario franchise despite being its own thing. That would leave Epic Universe with the Mario stuff, Universal Studios with Pokemon, and Islands of Adventure with Zelda. Especially with Lost Continent needing a replacement.
Ooh, he makes a good point because Atlantis, the way that this looks, could be very easily remodeled into Zelda. That is actually a very good point. That would be interesting because that would be the easiest thing to do for Atlantis because you could it's an easy redesign because that already looks Zelda-ish. So you just repaint it and recarve it. You already have the standing building there. Ooh. They do kind of need to bring Jaws back.
Zelda would make a lot of sense over there. However, recent details from inside Epic Universe have muddled that logic a bit. There's a ton of references to Zelda inside the Superstar store, and the hero section of the parking lot doesn't seem to connect to any existing land. The store details in particular seem pretty
those are
specific,
cool.
with the tiles on the floor representing Super Mario, Donkey Kong Country, and The Legend of Zelda. Even the new Super Nintendo World expansion of the Universal Studio Store has a strange detail with 3 pipes on the ceiling.
We need to go there.
One leads to Super Mario Land, another leads to Donkey Kong Country, and the third also leads to Super Mario Land. It just feels like a bunch of strange coincidences all lining up to suggest that Zelda may come to Epic Universe after all. For a while, I had been rejecting this idea outright.
I want to play that again. I gotta play that.
Why Universal would add multiple popular Nintendo franchises in the same land when they could just spread them out between the parks. However, as time has passed and details have continued to pile up, I have to admit that it makes sense. I mean, just picture Luigi's Mansion ride for a second.
That would be kind of
probably
cool.
Take place in a spooky mansion with a ton of ghosts for you to capture. That does sound like a great idea for a ride. At the same time, it doesn't make a ton of sense for a Super Nintendo World expansion. Placing another shooting dark ride in the same land as a previously existing one doesn't make a ton of sense. Sure, there are some ways you could differentiate them. You could have the ghosts be portrayed practically instead of with AR, or even just have them on screens in front of you. Regardless, it just feels
You could do it like
too
Villain
close of a
Con. You
concept
can make it like
to
Villain Con.
Mario.
Hey, Brian.
And it's not like you can just remove the ghost catching part of the ride. It's so essential to the franchise and gives the ride an element of play that Nintendo is really pushing for. So in that case, what else could you really do? The overlap between these two lands doesn't stop there. In terms of additional merchandise in this section of the park, there's much less possibilities than something like Donkey Kong Country. There's plenty of Luigi merchandise in Super Nintendo World already, including a power-up band. There's even a Luigi meet and greet in front of Mount Beanpole, so it's not like that would be anything new either. They could try making Professor Egad a thing with a meet and greet and a power-up band, but compared to the rest of the lineup, he wouldn't be nearly as recognizable. As much as I love Egad, he's still a bit obscure compared to the main cast. With that said, it just
Zelda
makes
or
sense to try
Pokemon?
and find a franchise with a little more room to work with. The Legend of Zelda would be that franchise. As an expansion
Dang, you got
to
messed
Nintendo
up.
World, there are plenty of possibilities for unique rides, merchandise, and additional experiences which wouldn't overlap with the existing land. We could get power-up bands based on Link and Zelda, a boat ride taking us through the story of one of the games, and additional key challenges
Wind
that
Waker.
could take inspiration from some of the franchise's best temples. The aesthetic of the land would be far different than Mario and Donkey Kong, but that would make it
I've
stand
never
out
played
enough
this
to
one.
make
This
it
looks
its own
amazing.
thing. In fact, that leads me to another point with this land. These two path nubs right here. These seem to suggest the possibility of another portal between Dark Universe and Super Nintendo World, similar to the style of portals seen at How to Train Your
Yeah,
Dragon
that's kind of like a
Island.
perfect
If that proves to
fit,
be
kind of.
true, I think it would make sense for Zelda to get its own
Like I was
portal
saying
rather
earlier.
than Luigi's Mansion. With its vastly different aesthetic and likely popularity, it makes sense to connect this expansion to Celestial Park as well as the existing land. Whether or not that actually comes true, I still believe that all of this evidence
Is this a
makes
link
things
to the
look a
past?
lot less likely for Luigi's Mansion in the park. Despite all of that reasoning against it, I still want to believe that Luigi's Mansion is possible. The aesthetic of the franchise would fit in very well here, and it would allow Universal to spread the Nintendo IP across all of their parks instead of just this
Jason.
one. Not to mention, I just want a Luigi's Mansion ride. It's one of my favorite franchises, and it would make perfect sense for a theme park attraction. At the same time, I can't deny that The Legend of Zelda seems the most likely at this very moment. I don't think it's quite enough evidence to have it be 100% confirmed, but even so, it's certainly pretty close. So if I had to make a prediction for the next few years of Epic Universe, I would bet that we'll see a Zelda land open by 2028 or 2029. After that, I think Universal might give us that Creature from the Black Lagoon expansion, opening sometime in the early 2030s. Finally, they'll go back to Harry Potter and give us a brand new ride, closer to the middle of the decade. The other big expansions will probably happen sometime later, but that's getting into the really long term. We don't want to dive into that yet, right? So all of what we've talked about so far has been stuff we could expect to see within the next 10 to 15 years, up until the 2030s. But what if we took a look into the extremely long term to see what could happen next? Well, the speculation right now is something along the lines of what happened to Universal Studios back in the late 90s. When Universal chose to expand their resort, they took the existing parking lot for Universal Studios and compressed it into the current parking structure we have today. With that additional land, they created
That looks
Islands of
beautiful.
Adventure and Universal City Walk, which they continued to expand on into the
Yes,
resort we
which was
have
smart.
today. The same could very well happen to Epic Universe.
It's so smart how they connected those two like that and have City Walk there. That's a good one. But then again, City Walk is basically like downtown of any city, so it's like it's just crazy. There's winos everywhere.
The flat parking lot that's currently attached to the park is approximately 50 acres, which is a little small but could be made large enough to fit an entire fourth theme park. After moving the parking lot to a new structure across the street, Universal would have enough room to create a fifth gate and another city walk if they really wanted to.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so here's Stella Nova right here. So I stayed at Stella Nova, and then yeah, there's the parking lot. That is a pretty big parking lot. But having said that, this is the entrance to Epic Universe. So what would they do there? How would they connect that? What are you thinking?
I do have my doubts about an additional city walk, considering Celestial Park
Oh, making a
fulfills the more
city
premium
walk or
dining
something.
need. However, the fifth gate idea does make a lot of sense to me, even if we may not see it for over 20 years. Because of how far away this potential
That's
park
small,
is, I
though.
find it hardly worth speculating about right now. Perhaps we could see IPs like Pokemon and Lord of the Rings saved for this expansion, but if I had
That
to
doesn't
guess,
make
we
sense.
probably
I don't
won't
like
hear
that.
anything about it for a very long time. For now, maybe we should just be excited for the park that's sitting right in front of us instead of speculating on what could be built next.
Yeah, how
I mean,
about that?
Really, who would do something like that? Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and check.
Okay, I like that. So there's a couple of things that I would like to point out. This expansion right here, I feel like Harry Potter needs it the most. What do you even call this? Do you call it a Harry Potter portal? Like, what is this even called? What portal? What who are calling these? Like, what is this portal called? You know? So, yeah, okay. So, but yeah, the Harry Potter area, they need that land right there. They need to expand it. So they need that land right there. As far as Nintendo, let me see if I get a better. Where's it at? That's not it. That's not it. It's somewhere over here. Where is it at? We're gonna 2 times the speed. Over here between Super Nintendo and Darkmoor, you could put a Harry Potter ride. Or not Harry Potter. You could put a nope, that's not it either. Give me what I need. That you could put Nintendo or Darkmoor. You could probably do a little bit of both. The Ministry of Magic one? Yeah, I don't even know. So the thing is, the Ministry of Magic is the ride. It's not the portal. So you call Harry Potter, you call it the portal, Harry Potter, right? They keep showing Lord of the Rings. I must be missing it. Okay, so this is actually a little area on the other side of Super Nintendo World. Because this is Mario Kart right here. So they do have like a little area here, but I think I don't think there's anything they could do with that unless they like cut something from back here and expand over here. But it's on 3 levels. The portal is Ministry of Magic, and the ride is Battle at the Ministry. Oh god, here we go. What is it called? The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. From 1920 Paris to 1990s British Ministry. Experience the wonder of Wizarding World, Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. That's so dumb. That is so dumb. Why would you make that? You know why they made that? Because they made a dumb decision and decided to go with 20s France, and they didn't know what to call it. When they could have just did Ministry of Magic and made the whole thing the Ministry of Magic, to where you walk in to the actual like building of the ministry and the whole thing is the Ministry of Magic. You're going to learn to listen to me one of these days. Maybe one of these days, not today. It's just stop whatever. I don't even care. It's just weird. It's just, I can't find this little section of opening. Here it is. Here it is. No, this is Ministry of Magic. Where did they show this open area? I'm getting so irritated because I can't find it. Is this it? This is it. Here it is. Okay, so this is Darkmoor. This is Nintendo. Granted, they could technically make a whole new portal right here, because they have the space for the portal. But this could be a whole... They could make this back section here a whole new Creature of the Black Lagoon and expand Darkmoor a little more. Or they could make a whole new portal, or they could connect this for Zelda or Pokemon, or just like they said, just make a whole... The thing is, I don't feel like this is big enough to have its own portal unless they do what they did for Nintendo World and they made it layered, like completely layered. The thing is, I don't think Pokemon or Zelda has that type of aesthetic to where you could make it in levels, right? Mario does have that feel to where, you know, you're jumping on blocks and you're going high and low, like Super Mario 3 or Super Mario World, where you go all the way up into the clouds and then you come down. So that makes sense. But having this whole thing be its own portal, you would have to definitely do a lot of things to probably make it leveled up. So I think more of an expansion to Darkmoor, or connecting Pokemon or Zelda to the existing Super Nintendo world and making it its like own section, like they did for Donkey Kong Country. I think that makes sense. So, but otherwise, this is a good video, man. I like it. I'm gonna have to watch more of his stuff. Definitely. So, with that being said, give me 1 second here. I need to do this. Okay, boom, boom, boom. All right, let's see. Fortnite. They do need something for creature. Yeah, I feel like they've been thinking about that down the line. Yeah, exactly. I think what I'm gonna do for this last, like, we have to check out Fortnite. I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. We're gonna check what's up with Fortnite, which means I need my controller, because I don't play Fortnite with the keyboard and mouse. I play with controller. We're gonna check out this we're gonna check out Darth Vader. Check him out real quick. We'll make sure everything is good to go on here also. Waiting for game. Yeah, why is it taking so long to load? Jeez Louise. That is a cool image, though. I do like that. You know what the problem's gonna be? I'm gonna have to turn the music off or something, because they're gonna probably copyright this garbage. So if that happens, if they boot me off the stream, don't worry. We'll be streaming later today at the parks. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see if I get booted off or not. We'll make sure nothing happens to me. Look at this. Look at this. Turtles. They have turtles? Let's go, man. Skip it. You're gonna boot me, bro. You're gonna cost me. Aw, I got the Lego Stormtrooper. Alright, so I get to claim all that stuff. Rocket League. They added Rocket League now? Got it, I got it. They have a battle pass. I can claim this. Oh my god, why? I just let me claim it. It's so easy. What is that? Oh, look at him. Nice. I'm not playing. I'm playing zero build. Get out of here. Where is... Let me see here. Okay, so the question I have is, she's a pro at Fortnite. There's supposed to be a it's supposed to be something to where you're supposed to be able to get like connect with Darth Vader. How do you do that? Is it in the zero build? Is it in zero build? I need to know now. Let's find out. Hold on, let me see here. How to get it? Okay. Head to Vader's Samurai Solitude, southwest part of the island. Jesus. When it comes to dropping these out, the greatest difficulties to get him is going to be taking out other players who also whenever they say cure my cured up. Okay, so I just have to land over there. Solo ranked off, yes. All right, we're going to check this out. Why don't I hear any sound? Check, check. I wonder if it... There it goes. Okay. We'll see if my microphone works for this game. Sometimes it doesn't work, and I'm not sure why. Stupid shaders, man. How come I can't hear anything? Can you guys hear anything? I cannot hear anything. And why is that? Hey, Titania. Why is the sound being dumb? Yeah, there's no sound. There's literally nothing. Oh, you know what it might be? No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Graphics, shadows. Nope. That's not it. Background audio notifications only, all sounds. Okay, subtitles on, visualize, audio output. The audio is played normally. All sources contain licensed audio would be muted. I mean, that makes sense. It has to be a glitch. What's my frames look like? Does that say 30 frames? That says 30 frames. Get out of here. Default output is headset. Sound quality high. Background headphones. What is going on? This is booty. View distance, far, textures, medium, effects, medium. GPU crash debugging, performance stats, reflection, screen space off. I don't know what the hell screen space is. Shadows, medium. Motion blurs off, yes. We'll apply that. Now, what's up with the sound? Because I can't hear nothing. Huh. Always on, open mic. Chat input, okay. Chat output. Headset. Text chat. Friends only. This is annoying. This is why I haven't played in a while, because like the sound is just, and everything is just stupid. Save. Who's coming after me? All right, let me exit this game. Return to lobby. See what happens. This is weird. And I don't hear it in here either. That's the thing. Let's reopen the. We'll close Fortnite and we'll reopen it. And it's not because of that, because my headset is loud regardless, so it's not the headset. Because you guys can't hear it either. So weird. And we just heard the music. I just want to see Darth Vader. I just want to see AI Darth Vader. I just want to talk to him. That's all. Why you make it so difficult? See, there we go. You can hear that now. It was just a weird glitch. What is this music? There we go. Okay. We should hear it now. All right, we're going to get this Darth. We're going to get Darth now. Now, hopefully my mic works on this too. Check, check. Why is it 30 frames though? That's what I don't like. I don't like that. Why am I 30 frames? Oh my god, this is really gonna... Let's get him. Hey, get out of here. Ah, go. Get up there. God, these dude. What is this 30 frames? This 30 frames is booty. Why do I have 30 frames? It's older. Performance mode is offer standard performance gains, disabling most rendering features to reduce memory usage and enlighten the CPU. My computer should be fine. I'm barely using anything right now. But I'll double check. We'll double check here. We'll do performance. Okay. Parallax. Some menus in iShop have parallax effect. No one cares about that. Auto set. Let's see what it does for auto set. It does everything on high. See, now it says 120 frames. What? Now it says 120 frames. So it works now. It should work. I shouldn't have any issue. Just don't copyright me with this music. That's all I ask. And I just want my mic to work. That's like just another thing that is just annoying. Okay. Okay, it says 120 frames. 120 frames is fine. I don't know who that person is. I don't know who that is. It's probably my son doing something. All right, we're going to get Darth this time. We're getting Darth, guys. We're going to get AI Darth. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I need a gun. Give me a gun. No. Can you not do that? No. You don't play that music, bro? How and you want to copyright it all day on me? I jumped too early. I jumped too early. Way too early. Give me something, though. Oh my god, it's so much smoother. Thank God. I hear it, I just don't see it. They're over there lighting somebody up. Gotcha.
You are a worthy opponent. Perhaps one day we will fight side by side.
Oh, he got me. Because he has that good blaster. We need to get rid of this copyright music is what we need to do. We gotta mute that. Look at this guy. What is that? A purple pickle? What is he? What is this guy? That's crazy. Hey Amber, you still in here? Be right back. Did I miss my drop? I thought no copyright music. All right, we're in it. We're in it. We're in it, guys. We're in it, guys. I haven't played in forever, so you'll forgive me that I suck. People are already dying out there. Yeah, dude, every time. I guess it's not copyright because I turned that off. I muted it, so. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're in it. We're in it. Is that Master Chief? Whoa, whoa, sir. Where did you shoot me from? Oh, he was way up there, man. Damn, General Grievous. How dare he? How dare he, man? Lordy Jesus. And then they play that. Is that, I mean... Can I fix the graphics too while I'm here? No. No. I come in peace. Oh my god, again. Am I at Disney World? Jesus. Give me Darth. I want Darth. Okay. We're good. We're Gucci now. Oh shit, there's Darth. Whoa. He's trying to kill me. What an a-hole. Oh my god. You can tell I haven't played this in forever, man. I just want to make sure that my mic works. You know, that's all. And that I can talk out of here. Open mic, yep. Voice chat, everybody. Everybody, open. Everybody, always on, open mic. Input is microphone. Yeah, everything looks good. Blah, 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 blah. I don't see... I forget, does Fortnite even show you when your mic is on? Look at this guy. Here we go with this stupid music again. Yeah, I was just messing around. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get this. I hate how they... the way they set this up, you know? Get in there! You on top? You be an asshole on the roof? Ooh. She's He's out there, I know it. That's a blaster rifle? Yeah. Bro! How many times I gotta kill him? Reload mode? No, what's reload mode? Hello, Faith. How you doing? Oh, I see you there. This a-hole. I just want Darth, bro. I just want to get Darth. I suck ass. I just want to be able. I haven't played in forever, man. And I don't know this weapon's ass. This is a shotgun? Okay. Okay. I like that weapon. This gun is ass. Okay. Okay, we're dropping. Hot dropping. We're hot dropping. Oh, she's your daughter? Oh, awesome. Welcome in. Welcome in. Look, everyone's going now. Everyone's going. Get out of here. Son, I got you, son. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Bro, I don't know these weapons. I don't know these weapons. Tell him who's your daddy. Oh my god. I'm surprised I haven't gotten copyright yet. I think they're just gonna demonetize the video after I stop streaming. I think that's what's gonna end up happening. Oh, okay, gotcha. No, I barely. This is my first time playing Fortnite in like a year, maybe. And I don't play often. It's like always off and on anyway, so I never... Is it you again? Hey. Oh, it's Solid Snake. Hey, Solid. Oh, who is that? What's that? That is dope. You would like this? It looks cool. Yeah, the thing is, this is it's only for like this season right now they're doing it. So I don't know if they're gonna add anything later on with Star Wars stuff, but they do this every season. Like they'll have other characters, and like my skin is Eminem. I have an Eminem skin. They have Star Wars. They have Marvel characters. I remember when they did the Avengers stuff, when they had Thanos. Oh my god. That was fun. Playing with Thanos and getting the gauntlet and everything. That was kind of cool. But I just want to talk to Vader. That's all. Can I talk to Vader? Just give me the chance to talk to Vader. People are dying already. The new Marvel stuff? You missed it when the Marvel stuff was in the game? Oh yeah, the new Marvel. Yeah, I haven't played in a while. I played like literally a year ago, and I played like for 3 seconds. A couple matches. And then before that, it was also like another year. Whenever Eminem came out, that's the last time I played. Oh my god, this gun is booty. No, he's gonna come after me. He's trying to kill me. I need to get more weapons. Whoa, sir. Get out of here. I don't know how to fly this. Okay. This thing is booty. How do you boost? Jesus. Alright, Darth Vader's not hurt yet, so that's good. I'm getting out of there. Sir! Master Chief, get over here. Dang, bro. I don't know any of these weapons. I miss good stuff. I haven't played in so long, man. Kill him! Get him, Vader! Oh, they got him.
Indeed, you are powerful, as has been foretold.
He got me. He got me. This is gonna take forever. I'm pretty sure. That's old. Bro, how many things do they have? All right, here we go. Let's go, boy. This stupid gun, I hate it. Get it out of my face, this gun. Get this gun out of my face. Where you at? Where y'all at? Get it! This door! Where'd he go? Oh, he... Whoa! Slow down. I don't even know what that is.
I see your skills have improved.
Bro, how? Come on now. You've been playing 4 years, your current account only had one, so the old stuff that you get to use. Yeah, get hit from the back, son. I just want Vader, that's all. I just want to play with Vader. Alright, this is the last match. This is the last match. If we can't get Vader, then I don't know what to tell myself. Because we got to get ready. We're going to go to the park tonight and go hang out there. Hey, you got gauntlets. I'm following you. I'm messing with people. All right. Okay, I like this back building. No, you don't see me. Whoa, sir. Darth, get out of my face, son. Holy cow. Oh, what? He got me with that stupid piece of crap gun? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We want your feedback. I don't like the battle pass. Okay. Okay. I can't. This is why I don't play that stuff anymore. At least singles. Like if I played like duos or something like that, maybe it would help. But I mean, this is not as frustrating as playing like Warzone or something, you know? So let me save this, pin it to the taskbar, put it down over here. But yeah. Yeah, guys. Yeah, the game's out so much, but I mean, there's other ways to, you know, just playing Battle Royale is one thing, but they have other stuff that you can do. They have like more chill games that you can actually play. So there's a lot of different things for everyone. So, but yes, just for right now, we are going to be heading towards the park. So hope to see you guys there. We'll be streaming later from the parks. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little bit, but we're going to go to Epcot tonight. We're going to ride Guardians, maybe see Luminous, hopefully, if because yesterday it didn't run for some reason. So we'll go see Luminous. We'll get our magic. Amber will get her magnet. And yeah, and hopefully we get some good visuals and everything. So I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you guys later tonight. Y'all stay safe. Peace out.